Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco Podcast. See a trucker, blast a trucker. Hey, life. Sandra is also Puerto Rican.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midnight Paco Podcast. As always, you can follow me at Justin Fuller on all platforms.
I am the_great_COREE. That's where you can find me, or you can find us both on the Midnight Paco Podcast.
That's right.
This dude got a website.
JustinFullerComedy.com. Check it out. I gotta edit.
As you can see, we have a very special guest in the house.
We do.
He is a fellow comedian,
Yes, he is.
a show producer,
Yes.
and a writer.
Yes, he is.
Anything I'm missing, let the people know.
Yeah, hi, I'm David Horning. I speak at conferences too. That's something that I do. That's fun. But just thanks for having me. Midnight Paco.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finally got David Horning.
Yeah.
They just asked me, actually. Don't let them.
We finally got him.
You got the sound effects on deck.
After 5 years.
Yeah, but thanks for having me.
No,
Yeah,
it was
man.
really cool,
Appreciate
man.
you coming,
You
man.
know what? To be honest with you, we met. First time I seen David, it was at the Funny Stop Comedy Club, and he was, like when you first start doing comedy, you look at people and you be like, man, he's so comfortable on stage. I can't wait to get like that. You know what I mean? And it's the honest to God truth. And then I also see that he's doing something in the area. I'm from Cleveland, but anybody that's doing something positive,
Right.
he's putting on shows. He's bringing comedy. He's bringing laughter in this area where we need it the most. I mean, everybody needs and can use laughter, but he's actually putting in that work. He's a show producer. I'm like, we gotta get this guy on here. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. We got David Horning here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring applause back one more time.
It's broken.
What'd you do to it?
I don't know. It's broken.
Work
But
them
yeah,
out.
I'm gonna get
All right,
it.
yeah.
Oh, you pause it? Oh, look at it. It's blinking now.
It's blinking. What did you do,
You put
man?
the pause and applause.
Yeah. There it is. I didn't know you could pause it. How about that?
Damn.
Yeah,
I
Dave,
fixed it.
We're all just learning here today.
David Horning.
Hey, man, appreciate you battling the weather.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, it's
in this area,
Wow.
you know what? I'm be honest. I was expecting him to be like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it." Poo. I didn't get that.
No.
I'm checking Facebook Messenger, Instagram. I'm checking all the messages. Nothing.
And I got here early. I don't get anywhere early, so
Straight gangster.
Yeah.
Straight gangster, David Horning.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
You know, I'm glad you're here. So, this comedy journey, man. I like to get to the root of it. Was you a theater kid?
Yeah. Could you tell? he said I was natural. Could you tell?
What's the name
Was
of
it
that?
the box step?
Is it thespian? Is that the name of it?
Yeah. The International Thespian Society.
Okay.
Tell us about that, please.
Oh man, I've been doing a bit about it actually, because I did theater all through high school, and I never got cast as like a lead role. But
Really?
every year I was so sure this was the year. I
Really?
was like,
What was
this
you, the
is
tree?
the
The
year.
crowd? The cloud? What were
Butcher
you?
number 2, baby. Not
you?
even Butcher number 1. They were like, nah, we have a better butcher. But every year, I was like, I am 100% going to be the lead. I'm going to be either the comedic relief or the lead. And every year,
Cause
I was like in chorus. I was like, I got to be the funniest one in chorus now, which is not what they're looking for in Fiddler on the Roof. Like, that was a sad show. And I'm just over here like, the Jews. Yeah.
Look at him now.
Yeah. Now I have a microphone in front of me, and now I won't shut the fuck up.
So no, but I see you as the person that you were. I'm trying that role. I'm gonna get that bitch.
Yeah,
you know
but-
what I mean. And
but I didn't understand.
So somebody probably came in and was like, yeah, and did the shit and got it, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You don't deserve it.
Yeah, I was like,
I deserve that
he's
motherfucker.
Prince Charming. I should get to kiss Cinderella. Butcher number 2 does not get to kiss Cinderella. Well, it depends on where you get your Cinderella from.
Or if you got the vision.
Yeah.
Like, look, the Cinderella wasn't as straight as narrow. She actually had a relationship with the butcher that nobody knew about.
Yeah, man. I mean, she came from these streets. So she was cleaning the house, you know. Yeah. No, I do comedy. It's the Cinderella.
No, but okay. So you were doing plays and things in high school. High school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody that
Did you go to college?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do any theater there?
Nope.
I did one play in college.
Well, hold on, because I think there's more to talk about before plays in high school.
Yeah. What's that?
I need to know. I mean, was you putting on performances for the family, or let me know? Was you with the video camera? Were you asking? Were you interviewing people?
How many brothers and
I gotta
sisters?
know, because I know how this works a little bit.
I was on the morning announcements. I always tried to be a little bit funny there.
What grade?
Junior and senior year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a little bit sophomore, but I was more behind the camera. But if I remember correctly, I don't even remember. It flows together. But I would always, like, even when I was in the plays, like because I was in chorus, I wasn't on stage that much. So we'd be backstage, and a buddy of mine and I would write like parodies of the show that we were in, and then read them out and like act out the parts backstage for everybody else in chorus who was back there. So like we'd be back there telling the raciest like jokes in these hallways after school at this Catholic high school in Akron, and then so that's kind of where I got the itch. Because it was like, oh, this is funny. And every time I would write something in school, I was like, I have to make it funny, even if this is a serious prompt.
Right.
Like, I got to find a twist. I got to find a punchline at the end to like, I mean, there were multiple times I was sent to the principal's office.
For what?
Just the inappropriate content.
Okay. And what year was this?
Every year.
No, like what year? Like in the high school?
Oh, I graduated 2006. God. Yeah. So I was
early 2000s. He was causing havoc in his high school.
Yeah, I was. Man. I remember one time I wrote like it was just like really just like free association, just like stream of consciousness. I typed this thing out, and then I laughed so hard I printed a bunch of copies out, passed them out. And like within 6 hours, I was in the office of the dean of students, and he goes, "Listen, man, you know why you're in here, right?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And he was like, "You know, I got to give you demerits." And I was like, "I know." And he was like, "Honestly, dude, this is pretty funny, but like you can't be passing this stuff out." and that was I don't know, that was one of those moments. And then college comes around, you're like, "Oh man, all right, I got to be professional. I got to I got to get a degree and make a lot of money." And so I kind of left that behind, but I was still...
What'd you go for? What was your major?
Started as a journalism major, ended with a political science degree.
Okay.
So comedy's natural.
Well,
it's a natural next step.
Off camera, I was like, so you're not a politician?
Yeah, right? And that's what
it helps a little bit.
So you had a lot of debates. So you stood in front of a lot of people.
Really. I wanted to become a lawyer. I thought I wanted to become a lawyer.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you think about it, like comedy kind of is like you have to present a case, you have to like present it to a jury of your peers, the audience, and then you have to like make your points and get them on your side by the time you get off. And so, in a sense, you're still kind of like, I'm still kind of doing that.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah, in a sense, but no, you're doing much better. You're making people laugh.
You know what?
Still structuring arguments.
Yeah.
But in a way where that's the outcome versus like now you have to go to jail.
Yeah,
like,
right. You got to ruin lives or something.
Yeah. No, this is inconsequential.
And I don't know. I'm gonna just say this: like in my comedy journey, is like when I first started, it was like, some of the comedians that was doing it before me, they'll be in their comedy circles and they'll be talking with each other, and I'll be trying to get in, and they'll like. Anyway, like I was saying, like I never got that from him.
No,
never got that from David Horny.
No.
He's always greeted me, and was the same through the years, and that's why he's here. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I know him very well, but he's been the same since I met him. Cordial, professional.
Not looked down upon, not looked over.
Like, you should salute me.
Yeah, like, who are you? I see you
What?
talking to me, but I'm gonna ignore you.
That's next year. that's 2026.
That's
David.
what I get to look forward to, everybody.
Right. No, seriously,
That's before
that
he gets-
actually means a lot.
That's before he gets big.
That means a lot, though. That he's out here doing his thing, and he's
Yeah.
still in my eyes, he's a humble guy, and he's always been pleasant. So.
This is hard enough. This thing that we've decided to do, like, it's hard enough. Like, at least I'm gonna say hi. As long as I'm not like stressed out and like hyper focused on like one thing, like I'm gonna, I don't know,
Right.
at least be friendly.
I mean, I don't see there being a reason not to. I mean,
But it happens.
well, because the problem is people see competition or they see people and they're like, I know when we came in, they're like, who the fuck are these guys with Midnight Paco shit? Like, who?
No.
Who?
This dude had his merch with his face and shit on there, and like, was that Midnight Paco?
I had all of it. We had your Cool C. We had all the merch already because I pressed every fucking one of them.
That's so funny.
That's
so
how
funny.
we had that shit. Made that goddamn shit in my goddamn basement.
As long as you don't walk in, if you're new to this, as long as you don't walk in like I should be closing this show. It's
Not
like,
at all.
All right.
No.
Not at all.
No, not even at this
Yeah.
point.
Not at all. We never.
We just had a show.
Yeah.
I know that.
Well,
I'm
last
novice.
year,
Well, last year,
yeah.
even if I was to put a show together
okay.
now,
Earlier this year.
earlier this year,
Together.
Yeah.
Time's a man-made construct.
June.
Yeah.
Some shit.
yeah, but even you want to put a good show together.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
putting a good show together is knowing where you are realistically.
Yeah.
And when people come to me with the reviews and they say who they liked, and if I'm not in that mix, even the people that I thought were with me, I'm not mad at them. I'm like, well, shit, you should know. You should like David Horning better because he's been doing this shit longer than me. I'm brand new at this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not offended.
Not at all. No, because when we had our show, we hosted. He hosted and started, and then we brought up two comics, and then I came out and hosted, did my thing, and then
Fuck that.
brought out the other two comics.
I brought Jay out, and the place erupted. That's the truth of the matter. When
They
I
were like, finally, this guy.
it
He
erupted.
came in with his own face on his own shirt.
It was hometown.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right.
The place went crazy when I
it was
introduced this
hometown
dude,
love,
man. I'm just like, wow.
Thank you for all that. It was hometown love. But either way, it was a great show, and we had other people close it out because we know who the strength is. You know what I mean? We know how the show should go. You know what I mean? It's not about us. It's about how the show should rock.
Yeah, there was one time, one of our secret shows, the closer didn't show up, and like I wasn't on the show. And I was like, well, we can't, like, the second to last person was kind of a gamble. They were still pretty new. So I was like, well, David, you're the only one that can close it. And I felt like bad closing my own show. I was like, no, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But it was like, it ended up going well, but like, that's one of those things where there's that balance of like ego and
Right.
also being in the room. You gotta,
Well, I mean, get used. I mean, you look. I know it's your show, but your work. So you're a headliner at this point.
I've headlined.
Okay,
but I wouldn't consider myself a headliner. No.
But he did what he had to do for that moment.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
and it's like to have the conversation with another show producer, it's like plenty of times, and thank God for Jay. Because when I had the show and people didn't show up, I'm like, Jay, I need you, bro.
Oh yeah. Because I would always be there to support.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be on the show. I'd be there to hang out. You know what I mean?
But I need that slot filled. And
Yeah.
he filled the slot. And so as a show producer, things like that happens.
Oh yeah.
And you have
You gotta plan for it. You gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready. And it was like,
yeah, for sure.
So basically, since you are a theater kid, it's like, because that public speaking is such the biggest hurdle over everything.
Big
You've
time.
already had that. So it was like, how did you discover you didn't care about talking in front of people? Like when and how was that discovered?
I moved to New York. I wanted to be a writer more so than anything, but I wanted to test out like characters,
Okay.
and see how they would do. But I wasn't gonna have somebody else do it because this is like
in your
This
head.
is my character. Yeah. So I would go to like character jams at like UCB or the Pit and do like 3 minutes as a character.
Character jams.
Yeah.
What are
please
these?
tell us about
It's basically an open mic for like sketch performers who wanted to test out characters and see how they do.
Character jam.
So
Okay.
if you've ever been to an open mic and been like, man, this is brutal, you've never been to a character jam because that shit could get.
Wait a minute. So at a character jam, do you have your characters already created and you're introducing them to the character jam? Is that how it goes?
It's like an open mic. Like they'll bring you up by whatever name you put down on there. I've seen people do multiple characters in one.
Can you give me like 2 of your characters?
Yeah, David Church, who's running for Pope, but like he's like campaigning, not like actually. He's like, nah, I'm not a priest. I'll be the first Pope that hasn't been a priest since the first Pope. Like, and so like that's the whole thing. And so he was more of like a politician. And
Trying to be Pope. Instead of the president.
Yeah, and so he's doing all the same tropes as a politician, shaking hands, kissing babies.
That's hilarious.
But not like that. Like bringing the communion. Like one day I get on stage and just like I ordered a bunch of like communion wafers online, like hundreds of them. So I was just
Were they individually wrapped?
No, they came in a sleeve. It was like Ritz crackers. They came in a sleeve. So I'm just like
making it rain with communion crackers.
So that was one of them.
Blessing the audience.
Yeah, that was one of them. There was Michael Parham, motivational speaker, who he would turn any little innocuous thing into like this 3-minute long like build to the. And I always had a song playing. It was the very last song that plays in the movie 300 because the music just kind of swells and like I would build the character bit up and it would get like more outrageous.
So he was Billy Mays with music.
Billy Mays with music. Yeah, dude. Rest in peace, Billy Mays.
Yeah, R.I.P. Billy Mays.
Yeah, dude. One and then Detective Dick Ransom. This is one that I talk about on stage as a comic because
Dick Ransom.
like this character worked on like a comedy club stage, worked well enough. But I tried to do it on conference stages, and that shit bombed because boy did I use his first name way too much. Like it was very like double entendre. Like very obviously I was making dick jokes, but the whole concept of this character was he's an NYPD detective, and regardless of the evidence, like he would always trace it back to himself, and it would end with him turning in his gun and his badge, saying it was me the whole time. I was like, dude, the dude's already in jail, man. Like it wasn't you.
He wanted to take credit for shit.
Yeah. He was like, I cracked the case. It was me. It's like, dude, give me your gun and your badge because this is the last time it's happening. So there were a few. I mean, those are the ones that I'm thinking of off the top of my head. But I wrote a bunch of characters.
So you spoke about the time in New York. All right, so you went to New York, and then when you say New York City, you went to New York City to do what?
I wanted to write for SNL.
Okay.
And
did you make it to Dirty Rock at all?
No, I worked within a couple blocks of there, but I did not. No, but what I really learned was kind of like writing structure, writing sketch. Because when I went out there, I was like, I would bring out these like 7-8 page long sketches. And it's like, no, you gotta, like, economy, 3 minutes, you gotta trim it, you gotta structure it, you gotta build it. Like, I learned all these little techniques that I use now when I write bits that I didn't know beforehand. Like, I was just, like, kind of off the cuff funny, or, like, I would write funny stuff, but there was no structure. Okay. There was no why behind, like, everything that I wrote. So I took classes at UCB, which is what everybody was doing at that time. Like, it was so oversaturated.
What is UCB? What is
Upright Citizens Brigade. So it's like Second City. It's like the Groundlings.
Okay.
So I took some writing classes there, made some connections there, and put on some shows out there.
I just knew he was going to say he ran into Tracy Morgan out there walking into 30 Rock.
I did work with his son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did work with. I never met him. Well, I guess I did meet him.
I met Tracy Morgan too.
Yeah, but I worked at a comedy club, so like he would headline there once.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, Caroline.
That was on my bucket list.
Yeah.
So what year was it? Because it stopped.
That was 2012. I was there from 2012 to 2014, so I wasn't there that long.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
perform at
All right.
Caroline's at least?
Yes.
Nice. So he got pictures with Caroline in the background.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so
Yeah, I did David Church at Caroline's.
Nice.
Yeah.
You were David
'Cause
Church?
I wasn't doing stand up at that point. I was doing just sketching
Oh,
characters.
'cause I was gonna
Yeah.
say. So when did you start like doing
It
stand?
was so funny. I was working at the club and I was like, I'll never do stand up.
So wait,
I'm dignified.
really?
So
I
when
do
you said you were
characters.
working at the club, when you said
Yeah.
you was working at the club, you
Yeah.
mean Caroline's,
I
right?
was waiting tables, yeah.
At Caroline's.
Yeah.
Let's say Caroline's.
Yeah. Yeah, Caroline's on Broadway.
That's
yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was really cool. I got to meet a lot of really cool people.
That's
I'm sure you did.
hilarious.
John
So-
Stamos is a babe, and I'm not gay. I saw that dude, and I was like, maybe.
Is he like a vampire or something? Because he don't age.
Yeah. I was like, man, this
right.
dude still looks the same age as he did when he's Uncle
That's
Jesse.
Uncle Jesse.
Yeah, Uncle Jesse. He
Like, he
hasn't
look-
been
the- like,
nobody
the
else
twins
but
look older
Uncle
than him.
Jesse.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they look
Yeah,
worn out. Sorry.
Yeah, they were there one night. Bob Saget used to do this this benefit dinner for scleroderma, and every year, and it was
Scleroderma.
It's I think it's like a nerve or is it neurological? I don't know.
Okay.
Specifically, what I should know this, but he would like the people that would come there. Like I met Jim Gaffigan, I met John Oliver, I met obviously Bob Saget, like who was such a
Right.
nice dude.
Yeah.
But
I've heard.
but like.
met him.
You know, just seeing, like, because he would come to our pre-shift meeting. He'd walk in and just be very gracious and, like, thank you guys for, you know, this means a lot to me.
Wow.
Walk in. And so just kind of seeing that was like, okay, that's how you treat, like, a staff. Like, you have to make the staff, you know, if you're doing a show at their
Yeah.
venue, you got to make them feel like they're part of it.
Absolutely.
And, like, in on it.
Yeah.
And so I learned a lot. Like, I observed these things. That was pretty cool. So it was
Good.
cool to be out there and kind of be around that. In that atmosphere.
Hilarious.
And,
You're like,
learn.
I'm never doing that.
Oh, dude, like,
So how old were you at that age?
Oh man, what year is it now? 2025. So that was
Yeah.
2012 to 14. So,
So almost
like
10
late,
years
mid to
ago,
late 20s.
20 okay, like
26,
28,
27, 28.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I mean, you know what? And it says a lot about, you know, because, you know, it sounds like to me, like, you know, David observes things like I do, because those are the things that I pick up and the things that I also like. I'm observant to how people maneuver, and I'm watching. I'm always watching how they, you know, like how Tommy Davidson was acting towards everybody at the show. Like he didn't get frustrated. He took all the pictures. He was polite to everyone. You got to be polite to all the staff, and you know, I was fortunate enough to sort of like becoming that lifestyle like at a very early age, and I kind of still practice that. And it was important that, you know, out of the interaction that you had, that's what you picked up, like how to appreciate the staff and things like that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when I put myself through college, like waiting tables and like as a bartender, and you learn like. Now you're in the business of building regulars, regardless of what your job is.
Right.
Like you got to find a way to you know get.
Let me
people
find
to
out you
gravitate
a
towards
flair
You watch.
bartender.
What? No.
I was about to say, make me a drink.
No.
Flip that shit. Like,
I work at an Italian restaurant.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Right. Doing flip. Yeah. And it was like, yo, man, I just wanted an espresso martini. I didn't want, you know. No,
I didn't want my
10
name in that
it's
bitch,
10
you
minutes
know, like-
later, dude.
like-
Yeah. So, like, I don't know, hospitality, like, that's always been very important. And that's the way that I look at like running shows. Is like these people don't have to be here. They could be at any other show.
Yeah.
They could be at they could be at home.
Right.
They could be in their jammies right now.
Yeah.
You know, just
Facts.
like you know, smoking hookah
Yep,
and
yep.
watching, you know, The Last Airbender. Like
Right.
you know, who knows?
Yeah, whatever-
So, you know, they're
whatever
here.
the-
I'm ready. You know, thank you for coming. I'm gracious. You know, and I learned that watching these people. It's like these people are further along than me, so what can I glean from them?
Right.
And then there's also the other ones where it's like, oh, this guy's an asshole. Don't do that. Oh, the staff is like, oh, it's this person's weekend. Like, request off if you can.
Really?
Yeah, there were a few of those.
Oh, because of how he was, or just how the crowd was with him, or like everything.
Usually both. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how like the rude comedians kind of attract a rude audience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for
That's
the most
crazy,
part, yeah.
man. That's
And like-minded people.
Yeah. You know, I don't know how I feel about the law of attraction, but there's a lot of evidence out there that's like, that does make sense.
So, in New York, like, you know, like that was very important to learn, like, you know, to observe and I'm the same way because I'm observing different things. I always got different questions for the celebrities, like, and they always look at me like, who is this? Like, I don't know if Jay ever witnessed or Jay see how I move.
Yeah, I'll be watching. I peep it.
But you know, I'm always asking like not the obvious, and like you what you observed is not like
the obvious.
Not the obvious, but you know, like you moving a certain way. You talked about like having equipment in your car, and I know it's because he's a show producer.
Mm.
And one of my first questions is, you know, shout out to John Huff.
Shout out to John Huff.
He had us on the show, and I'm like asking him about the equipment.
Yep.
Like, what is that? How much does that cost?
Mm-hmm.
What does that do?
Yep.
You got your own mics? Like, so
everything.
Why that mic and not another one? Like,
yeah. So by you being a show producer, like, okay, I don't want to leave New York yet, but what did you learn? Like, you know, what your I'm asking by curious through you,
Mm-hmm.
like when you were on that scene, like what were some of the things that you observed, like in New York, like show ideas, equipment ideas, or promotion ideas? Like, what did you pick up from your New York experience, and how long were you in New York?
Would you have a job and you're like, I could run this better? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do it that way? Like, why are we doing it like this? This doesn't make any sense. So just like little things like that. So running a club in that way, just like, man, why are we seeing people like that? Like, you know, just little things like that. Like I pick up on that. Why is the lineup structured that way? Like why? Yeah. You guys don't work together, do you?
We used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're thinking of the same person.
Like
All right.
before we started comedy.
No, just period. Like at shows, I'd be like,
yeah, why are you doing it that way? Why is that person there? Like, let's see how this works. Oh, I can see why that might work, but I don't think it will. Prove me wrong. Like, so I don't know, watching how lineups were structured. So I got to watch like headliner shows there because Caroline's was a headliner club. Like most other clubs in the city are showcase style. You know, the Cellar is like 5 people on a lineup. Like, okay, so I didn't go to many shows there, but that's one of those things. Like, why? You know, how is it the lineup structured? Oh, you got to be okay with getting bumped. Like if somebody, you know, if somebody's gonna drop in, like that's not your spot anymore. Like, sorry,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and it happens all the time out there.
They better do better.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with getting bumped for a Chappelle or Chris Rock, but not from somebody that's not going to even that's going to say, "Oh, I don't even have any material," and that bothers me.
Yeah, no, and that's on that. Like that, now you're wasting everybody's time.
Yeah.
You're wasting the audience of comics and things like that. But yeah, so I got to watch. You know, that was really cool. Stuff like that would happen. Like Chris Rock would drop in, and it's just like, oh shit. And he's just a guy. You know, he's just working on new material. Like that was cool.
Did he ever? So when he comes in, does he go up next? No matter what, or does he say, "I'm gonna wait a little bit and then go up"?
Yeah,
or
it's really up to them. Yeah,
okay.
Like hey, like you know, I got to get my thoughts together. And I'll stay in the back and like work through, you know, or just hey, I got to go to this next spot. Let me get up real quick. Let me do a quick 10 and
okay,
you know, I'll bounce.
Wow.
Sometimes you know,
You said you worked at Caroline.
Yeah.
I
waited
there
tables
for 2 years.
So I was like, I'm just watching, you know, all this happen. And I didn't realize that I was going to be using it, but it was these were just observations. And
Yeah, for sure.
Like, oh, why would they do it that way? So I don't know. I'm just perpetually curious. Just like, why are you doing it like that? Like, okay, well, teach me something. You know, prove me wrong. I don't know. I have preconceived notions.
but you were doing sketch at the time.
Yeah.
And characters, so I mean, at least you were in that mindset, kind of. Yeah. So it was a perfect, like, you know, teaching tool. You know, low key.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, why did you choose Caroline's? Like, was that where you were doing the sketches?
No, my buddy had a job there. Like, actually, a friend of a friend had a job there, and I walked in. I was helping them. I was a PA on just a Man on the Street video, just holding the boom mic, and the booker was like, "Hey, you ever wait tables?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's actually what I like have been doing for the last 5 years." And he was like, "You want a job? We're hiring." And I was like, all right, cool. Because that was like within a week of living in New York, I got a job there. So it just kind of like fell into my lap. And it was just, I don't know, maybe it's the universe just like, this is what you should be doing.
Yeah, that's life, dog.
So, did you ever meet Radio Man?
Radio Man? No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Who's Radio Man?
I have no idea.
All right, cool. I didn't know if this was like somebody that we all know.
He knows some fucking
He's like,
obscure shit. I have no, yeah.
It's like, actually, Radio Man is one of my characters, and you're about to meet him.
Right?
No, Radio Man is like
shit. I don't know.
No, Radio Man is like this incredible fixture of New York, and he's a star of all the movies, and you would think he was a homeless guy, but he's...
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. No, I never met him.
See, I still have no idea.
Yeah, I think I saw something on like BuzzFeed or something about him.
Yeah, Radio Man and Naked Cowboy, he's also...
I've heard of Naked Cowboy, but not Radio Man.
No, Radio Man is like, you would think he's a homeless guy, but everybody in the industry knows this guy, and he from Steven Spielberg, he opens up the lot for him, and he's like a muse. If you want your movie to do well, Radio Man is in that movie.
Radio Man's in the movie.
Oh, he's in the movie.
Oh,
Radio
okay.
Man, New York City.
So he just walks around.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, that's Radio Man. That's him.
Looks like Attell. Attell in like 5 years. Oh man, yeah, he does look homeless.
What?
Okay.
I mean, if people just
so when you were in New York,
he's an extra. Okay. Background.
Yeah.
But he's like, you gotta, if your movie was going to be great, he has to be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Just as a Where's Waldo?
Yeah, you're like Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's an Easter egg.
There he is.
He's an Easter egg.
He's there.
In that
He's there somewhere in all the movies that
Okay.
shot in New York.
that are supposed to be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like a good. He's like a good luck charm.
Everybody knows him.
All right.
So
It's the opposite of a Times Square Elmo.
He's a
bad luck charm.
He's a good luck charm.
he's almost like the saxophone man that was from here. See? Yeah. But
Yeah.
back to New York. You were there to do what? Like, what was in your mind? What was your goal?
Yeah, I mean, the goal was to write for SNL. But, at that time, UCB had such a structured system where it was, okay, you take sketch writing 101. Cool, you pass that. It's like $350. Cool. Then you take sketch writing 201. You get through that. 301. You get through that. And then there's like you have to get cast on a, was it a mod team? I forget the terms. It's been so long. I haven't used this part of my brain in a while. But there was you have to get cast as a writer on this level show, and you're not on a house team yet. And so it's like a multi-year. You're dishing out all this money, and you don't get paid anything for it.
But you still learned.
Yeah, I mean, it was so oversaturated that it kind of appeared as though it was. And I don't go by structure, so I took what I learned, and then we produced a sketch show at Carolina.
Okay.
Which they weren't doing sketch at the time. So I was like, oh, well, here's a need, let's fill it. And sketch was big at the time. I guess if you want to say that. I mean, nobody was doing it at the time.
Damn,
so, yeah,
that's what it
I was
is.
like, all right, well, here's a need that needs filled. Let's do a show on a Wednesday. It's an off night. Do a 9 p.m. show. Let's see what happens. And we sold out the first one.
Nice.
Which was, it was really cool. It was like one of those pinch me moments where it's like,
This is really happening.
Holy shit.
Nice.
So
how was the promotion?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how did you sell out the first show?
We did video promo, if you watch, if you go all the way back to the old
This is
Secret.
2012. You said?
Yeah, this was 2014.
Okay, but still, that's like video back then.
Video promo, put stuff up on YouTube, and it didn't get hits, but Caroline's put the video on their website,
Nice.
and
Okay.
it's like, hey, here's proof that this show's funny, and it's not just. Not just any other who is this guy?
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that I've taken with me for every show. Every show that we do, there's a video promo attached to it. So
Nice.
if somebody's curious, they click and it's like, oh, this is funny, or oh, this isn't for me, or whatever.
So when you say something that you use for what?
Oh,
What
I
show?
just promote any shows, but Secret Society Comedy.
Secret Society Comedy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now listen to that name, Secret Society Comedy.
I like it.
Secret Society Comedy sounds like these are secret comedy shows that only if you're in a society knows about it. You have to be in a society to know about this comedy show, and it's the greatest show. And if you're not in a society, you don't know about it. So how does one know and learn about Secret Society Comedy?
Well, follow us on Instagram, Secret Society Comedy, Facebook, secretsocietycomedy.com. But I mean, we use video like our very first show. Hey, this is the comic that's going to be on it. Here's a video. Here's their bio. Here, just like real quick, just so everybody can see like who's on the show, what we're about. But yeah, I mean the name like we joke about it because every time like something, you know, silly happens, like, oh, that's the secret of Secret Society. Like the secret is that David's not gay. Like, yeah, so just like, but but it's fun because the secret can be anything, but the society is just like, you know, we want to build this kind of shared experience, and that's what it kind of feels like. It's
I
getting out
remember
the secret, and
one of the things about me that most people don't know is I could probably do everybody's routine because I know their comedy.
Right.
And one of the things that you did mention in your comedy is about like you not gay.
Yeah.
What the fuck? No, and another thing that we skipped, and I'm sorry. What's your socials, man?
yeah, right. My social security number is the David Horning on Instagram, Facebook, and
The David
TikTok,
Horning.
yeah.
So how you spell Horning?
HORNING.
It'll be in the description.
Yeah. Click the link.
Click the link, people.
No, but
Hit
okay.
subscribe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was I do know that was one of your jokes that you was like, I'm not gay. Like, where did that come from? And like, please tell us about that. Like, yeah, what is it about?
Yeah, I've always flipped the things that I don't like into material, so that, you know, like the things that bother me, like how can I turn this into something that becomes manageable, basically.
Right.
And humor's always been the tool that I've used to do that. So when I got picked on as a kid, I was like, oh well, I love getting bullied, and they're like, man, this isn't fun for us anymore. And they move on to the next guy. Yeah, just like fucking hit me again, you know. And I was like, no, we
People
don't want to do
hit
that,
you?
dude.
Well,
Not really. They do
I was
like.
about to say, who the fuck do we need to
Well,
look
not-
at?
Nah, not really. Like there was I was real into wrestling when I was in like 4th, 5th grade.
Okay.
And so like, you know, some of the more athletic kids in our grade would like, you know, practice moves on me, and it, like
Aggressive.
sometimes I went too far.
Okay.
And then I just got to the point where I was like, what if I make sex noises while I'm getting put in the sharpshooter? And what if I just go, oh yeah? It's like we don't want to do this anymore. So I've always looked at like, oh, you know, people would make fun of me because like I talk like this, and you know, there's a chance I might be gay.
Right.
And it used to bother me when I was younger, you know, when I'm like trying to be cool and get all the girls.
Right.
So I would kind of joke about it, and
Okay.
and that kind of it lowered their defenses, and then it gave me a sense of control over things that, you know, I can't control how other people see me,
Right.
but I can make them laugh.
Yep,
And then-
yep.
and
This is
that kind of
political
helps.
science.
That's just human behavior, baby.
Yeah.
Which is political science, so yeah.
I mean, you know.
Same thing.
I mean, you were thinking how to get out of it, how to use it against without violence and everything.
Yeah,
Basically just use
I've
your
never been a
wits about
fighter.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Shit.
so that kind of that influences all my material pretty much. Like, you know.
He's in
it's
Secret
something
Society Comedy. Like, where did that come from? Like, how did you come up with that? What is your idea of Secret Society Comedy?
So, like you said earlier, producing comedy shows in Northeast Ohio, like that's not what you don't think Northeast Ohio comedy. Yeah, that's.
I mean,
do that,
it's
yeah.
on the map.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of, it was during the pandemic. I was hosting a podcast called You Can't Laugh at That, and we were booking comics from New York, like, you know, comics that are big now, were coming on the podcast. And we would always say, hey, you know, if you ever come through Cleveland, like, let us know, we'll point you in the direction of good shows. And then we'd sit back and be like, but what are the good shows right now? Because, like, after the pandemic, because, like I feel a good scene 7 days a week, there should be a go-to show every night of the week.
Ooh.
And, you know, the more good shows there are, more other people will, like, model those and produce their own. And so, you know, that's kind of where we started. Jeremy Demery came up to me after a show one night, and he was like, hey, I have this idea, nobody wants to do it, but it's a late Saturday show. And I had run shows before in Cleveland that were relatively successful for what they were. And he came to me, and I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in. If I'm going to produce a show, I'm going to go all in. This isn't going to be a hobby. This is going to be, you know, this is going to be my thing. And so I went to Brian Sternick, who at that time was running the open mic at Lakewood Village Tavern.
Oh,
LVT.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
he was running the mic there, and he created like this energy in that room. It was, I mean, you know, anybody can go up and do 5 minutes, and you've been doing this long enough to know that not everybody has 5 minutes. Not everybody has 2 minutes.
Yeah,
You know, and so
yeah.
but he's keeping the room lively for like the show would run for like 4 hours. He's telling secrets to Siri.
I know,
That's
right?
crazy. The show would start at like 9:30, 10 p.m. and it would go to like 1 a.m.
Okay.
And
Oh, yeah,
and he would keep the energy up the whole time.
It was usually
and
that
was really interesting to me. So I was like, so how can we combine like my promotion with Brian's vibe, like being able to keep the energy high with Jeremy's technical expertise.
Yeah.
How can we put these things together? And so it was like, yeah, there's nothing happening at 11:30 on a Saturday. Let's see what we can do. And I hit up a few of the veteran comics in the scene with just, you know, hey, any tips for you've done shows here for years, you know the market more than we do. You know, what are some tips that you guys have? And we took some of that. Don't Tell was just kind of starting to catch on in like LA and the bigger markets.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, how can we kind of take a little bit of that, you know, mystery and apply it to here? But also like the Comedy Cellar was a big deal. So you never know who could drop in. And so we wanted a little bit of that
The Comedy
together. So if the Comedy Cellar and Don't Tell brought in Lakewood Village Tavern and the shows that I was running at the time, it was like a mash of all 4 of those things together.
Wait a minute. Okay, the Comedy Cellar is like where you got some of these ideas for the Don't Tell, the Don't Tell
Secret
Comedy
Society.
plus the Secret Society. So it was like the Don't Tell.
Yeah,
That's national.
Yeah, at the time it was only in a few markets.
Okay.
And I thought it was a really interesting concept. It was that experience. Like a show should be an experience. It shouldn't just be like I go to this, the show happens. No, you're in the audience, you're part of it. And I really like that aspect of it. You're in on something, and there's like people. There's just this psychological connection between like people like coming together and laughing together. Like we get a lot of people just buy a single ticket.
Yeah.
Like we get like 8 or 9 of those every Saturday,
Yeah, just
and I think that's really cool.
show
Yeah, because and then they they become part of the group, and the show doesn't happen to them. They're part of it, even though there's no we could go through the whole show without any crowd work, but they still feel like part of it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really cool concept. So it's like, well, it wasn't happening in Cleveland. How do I borrow some of what they're doing with the you never know who could drop in aspect of the Comedy Cellar, with what Brian was already doing at LVT, and with what I was already doing at Greenhouse Tavern when I was running shows there.
So
just
wait
mash
a minute.
those things
So
together.
your concept started at LVT?
No.
No. Brian was the way Brian hosted LVT.
Okay.
Like,
And who is Brian?
Brian Sternick. He's
Brian Sternick
Brian
is-
Sternick. Also, he's my partner of Secret Society Comedy. Great comic. He was winning like Host of the Year every year in the Cleveland Comedy Awards, and it's like he's doing something that keeps the audience invested and engaged throughout the whole show.
Shout out to the Cleveland Comedy Awards.
Yeah. Shout out to Cleveland.
That's another place where
Best podcast.
Yeah.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah. Oh, what did
You gotta be on that.
What did you do? Did you break it? Is it not? Is the audio not recording?
Yeah.
What the hell, Jay?
it is not
Yeah. Those batteries are dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn. Technical difficulties.
I didn't notice where the fucking lights were at. Damn it!
I didn't see when they turned off either.
So
I wasn't-
sorry, people, if the audio changed. I apologize.
Audio changed.
Shit happens. Technical difficulties like a motherfucker. All right.
Yeah. So long story short,
Yeah.
we combined all these different ideas to create Secret Society. I feel like the audio was working for a while because I could hear that sort of like you can hear the.
All I know is I went to hit the clap and I fucking noticed
Yeah,
that the damn
it was
lights
off.
were out. So I don't
Goddamn.
know. Damn it.
But yeah, so we wanted to just things that were already working in other scenes. Okay, how do we apply those without just like straight copying off of what they're doing?
Right.
And make it, we have to be authentic to yourselves. So yeah, so it works.
My thing is 11:30 start time.
Well, we initially wanted 11, but Mary Santora made a really good point. She was like, if you want the comics that are at the clubs to drop in, then you got to do it later because they do meet and greets after their shows. And so if they're going to get there, they're not going to get there till like 12:30. And if you want to keep the show at a tight 80, 90 minutes, like you got to start it at 11:30.
Wow.
And so, you know, it's almost cheating because there's not really a whole lot of things in Cleveland that start after 11.
Not at all.
Shout out
unless
to
you wanna go
Mary
a club.
Santora.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, so that was like, oh yeah, obviously. But that's one of those things that you know you weren't really thinking about. It was like, yeah, we're gonna do this show, and she was like, and also be sure that you know you're not just solely relying on drop-ins to do the shows because a lot of times they'll be tired, they'll have to fly out early the next day, they won't respond. Like you need to make sure that you know. So we wanted to kind of create a show that comedians would want to come watch. Like I don't want to produce a show that I wouldn't pay money to see.
Right.
You know.
Oh, yeah,
So you know that was part of the mindset behind it too.
And another thing, and everything you said, I'm agreeing with, but you also gotta keep in mind. Normally, wherever there's a McDonald's, the next building there's a Wendy's. You're in the business of burgers and fries. So just because somebody else is doing something similar doesn't mean that you know you can't do the same thing and be successful.
Yeah, and you know when Connor started doing Don't Tell in Cleveland, people were like, "Oh, are you worried? Is that competition?" I was like, "No, dude, that's great. Like the more good shows there are, the better it is for Cleveland.
Yeah,
the better. Like you're building a comedy audience in this city, and it's when I started." It was way different than it is now. There was not, you know, the amount of like ticketed shows, cases that were like high quality.
Right.
You would see, you know, some of these lineups where it's like 25 comics. It's a $30 ticket, and I've never seen any of them do 5 minutes. Like that's my competition.
So
because somebody's gonna buy a ticket to that show, and 2 hours in, they're gonna be like, I haven't laughed once. I'm just gonna go to hilarity. Like I'm not giving local comedy another shot. Like I love when good shows start and like people produce like high quality shows.
So you're doing the Secret Society. Are you doing any other ones? Like who's doing? I don't even know who's behind some of the roasts.
No, that's the Cleveland Cup. That's Ad Hominem, the Ad Hom attack people. Chris Paw, Kyle Honhorst, Tabitha Jones. You know those guys have been Jeremy Shear. Those guys have been doing. I mean, they put on a pretty good roast battle too. I mean, it's one of the best in the country. Yeah.
The country.
Yeah, that's always a fun show to go to. I just like they always happen on the nights that we have shows, so I haven't been able to go to one in a long time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's some really good quality shows in the scene, more than there were when I started. So you know, my thing is when you see a good show, ask them, and you want to run a show, ask them what they do. How do you get people here? Like, you know, how do you promote? How is the quality of the show so good every time?
Well,
like,
see, you can tell people everything, but it's in what you do.
Yeah. Why did you do that with the lineup? Like,
because promotion, you got to get out there and tell people. You know what I mean? It's not just like getting online and promoting it.
And you got to know who you're talking to too. You got to decide who it is that you want to come to your shows.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like everybody's so stuck on the lazy promotion with the, you know, the posting of the Instagram and the Facebook and the TikToks, but you got to do more than that. Just to let you know, you gotta call people, you gotta send text messages, you gotta email people,
Mailing list,
all of that stuff. I mean, you know, people like to feel like they're invited.
Yeah, and that's you know from my hospitality experience. Like, you know, you got to make sure everybody feels welcome. Remember, if they've come to multiple shows, try to remember their names. You know, develop a little bit of a rapport. You know,
right?
We always make sure to seat people. Like, otherwise, everybody's just gonna sit in the back.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? That's the killer. That kills the vibe in the room. But it's like,
you know what? Just to piggyback on what he says,
seat people.
You gotta seat people and
greet them.
And greet them. And in addition to that, I'm telling you, it may sound crazy. Like if I'm putting on a show at a venue, I'm checking the bathrooms. I'm looking to see if they got soap in there. I'm looking to see if they got soap, if toilet paper's in there. I'm thanking the staff. Hey, we have a show. Thank you for being a part of my show, because all of that experience counts. It sounds strange, but you could have a beautiful show, But if there wasn't no toilet paper in the bathroom, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
I had a horrible time. There was no toilet
Shit
paper
on my hands the whole time.
It sounds strange, but all of that is on like.
I couldn't dap anyone up.
I'm just saying, it sounds weird, and you'd be like, well, that's on them. No, it's on David Horning.
Yeah, let them know.
It's on Cordell, Cool C, Respress. They came to one of our shows, and they didn't have soap in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to fall on you, regardless of the establishment. They're going to be like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna leave a Google review for you.
Yeah, I went to the show.
The show was great. Everybody was so nice. The bathroom didn't have toilet paper. And it's like, yeah.
It sounds strange, but it's true. Like being a show producer or putting on shows.
You're working alongside their
or
staff.
just make sure you have good people as staff because the bartender can ruin it. Like I had a good time waiting on a drink.
I waited all day. No one ever came to see me. So,
Yeah.
like one of the things David Horning said in the beginning, you talk to the staff, you thank the staff, you be kind to the staff. Or another thing that helps is like when you're on stage, be like, hey, shout out to the wait staff. If you know one of them names, shout out to Bonnie and whoever. They're serving the drinks and the wait staff. Don't forget to tip your waiters and your waitresses.
They love that.
That's important.
They love that.
That's important.
Yeah.
They love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it refreshes in people's head. Oh yeah, I forget sometimes. And I'm not that I wait. Not that I'm a host, but like even when you're up there performing, you can say it. What I mean? It doesn't hurt.
You want the staff to look forward to the comedy.
Yeah,
Exactly. And plus, you're like, okay, so you're hosting, and let's talk about hosting for a minute. So, if a part of being a good host is not doing 4 minutes in between each act.
Your time is done after the top of the show. That's it.
That's it.
If you have to reset the room, it's a one-liner at best.
Yeah.
It's a setup punch or just a punch.
Yeah, or
an
just a
observation,
comment.
or give it up for the bartender because I don't
yeah.
know what to say because that person just bombed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah. That's the. I did a show. Was it 2021? No, it was probably 2019. It was 2019, and the host is like a Cleveland celebrity. He's not a comic, and he thought he could go out. He did 10 minutes up top. He probably did longer, honestly. And then he did 10 minutes between each comic.
Whoa!
And that show was 2.5 hours long. And then he forgot to bring up the headliner. and I'm just watching this show.
Like
and I was
a Snarko
doing? To host like that is. But yeah, no. Once you host, like you're done. That's it. That's your set tonight.
That's it.
That's your set. If you have a funny little quip in between the comics, like say it and move on.
Yeah.
But my thing is like that's not always necessary. Like if somebody killed
if somebody did a very good job, if somebody was a good boy,
did a good job, or if somebody brought the momentum down, as a host, you would try to bring it back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not do a whole 10-minute set.
Yeah. No, like you said, a one-liner, you can point something out in the room, or like you even said, give it up for the wait staff. You know what I mean? It's like,
if you're lost for something to say, there's always something.
Glad y'all here. Give it up for the wait
There's always
staff.
something. One that I've done it before too. One that I've done right after somebody bombs, and you never want to do this, is we having a good time, guys. Don't give it to them. Be like, tell them that we're having fun. We're still having fun here. Like, don't ask them if they're having fun after somebody just ate it right on stage. Yeah, I mean, your job as the host, up top, get the audience used to clapping, get the audience used to laughing, and make them feel welcome, make them feel like they made a good decision with their night, and then keep the show moving from then on out. Shout out what you got to, let anybody know if they left their lights on in the parking lot, whatever you got to do.
Or anything.
Shout out the chicken fingers or whatever. I would even say like I wouldn't even say like birthdays. Like that's one thing. I'll do anybody celebrating anything and then have something for that. But the one at the funny stop that always made me laugh was like Pete was adamant you gotta ask if anybody's celebrating a birthday.
Oh, really?
Sometimes I would feel forced. Like if I could work it into my set naturally, I'd do it. But if I'm not just gonna be like, all right, well that's my time. Oh, any birthdays? Or like, hey everybody, how we doing tonight? Any birthdays? Like that's a weird. Like nobody talks like that. Like I don't know. I look at hosting, and everybody hosts differently, but I look at hosting as like, I'm in the room with these guys. Like I need to make them feel welcome. They're at my party right now.
Right.
Let's
So
go.
do you do a lot of crowd work at all or no?
Maybe like a minute or two of it tops, just to kind of loosen up the room, kind of see what kind of audience there is. I'm not going to insist on doing crowd work if the audience is resistant. to it. I like to open maybe with a question and then have a punchline that I want to close that 2 minutes on.
Okay.
And everything in the middle, it could be a bit, it could be crowd work, but I read the room. Try to read the room. It's just experience.
Yeah. I'm not big on. I got my set, so I just go in there. And start doing, unless somebody talks and then you talk and then you try and continue on. But you know what I mean. I think it has to happen naturally.
Yeah, I don't like the. What do you do for work? How long have you guys been together?
Yeah. I'm not big on
That's
that.
classic crowd work questions.
It's just classic.
Get more specific. When was the last time you were spanked? Just like bring up their childhood trauma. People love that. Right up top. No.
But then they gotta have feedback. Because if they don't want to talk back, then so what do you do?
Yeah. No.
Then you're just fishing, and now it's like, what are we doing here?
This isn't a networking event.
If I was Justin, my crowd work would be like toilet paper or baby wipes.
Yes, it would.
Use TP or baby wipes. Dude wipes or no?
It's gotta be dude wipes. This podcast is not brought to you by dude wipes.
It's not. It's
not yet.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's you can it can be hit or miss. I don't rely on it.
Good.
I mean. One thing that we do for the late show is we have a warm-up spot. So you just go up cold. You're not hosting. You're just kind of getting the audience loose, used to laughing. I'll go up there. That's where I kind of, I kind of work on. Now I'm in the spot like it's my show. Like people come,
Right.
I can try new things and they give you a little bit of grace. So I'm lucky that I get to do that.
Okay.
But when we first started doing it, it was like, I got to do like a tight 10 minutes. See where the room is at the beginning, kind of roll with that, and determine what my set is from there.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why we haven't seen him in any open mics around the city.
I mean,
because he doesn't do it anymore.
It's actually because I'm on Facebook ads all the time. I'm it's this is one thing that I didn't learn before, but. Hey, if you want to be independently making money doing comedy, it's 95% behind a computer, and it's maybe more, 99%. Like it's 99% behind a computer.
Yeah, get yourself out there.
Yeah,
because
learn Facebook ads and editing and
editing for sure.
It's
because you don't want to hire nobody else.
You got to find a way to enjoy it.
So, you got any question? Because I'm going to ask my.
No, go ahead.
All right. So. David, if there was a reality magic wand, when I say reality magic wand, like what would you be doing right now? Reality magic wand, not like, if somebody asked me what would I be doing with a magic wand, if I had a magic wand, I'll have, I would be doing individual flights and I would be driving a transformer every day, But that's what I'm saying. Reality magic.
Wait, you want to be the Megatron at Universal Studios?
Sounds like
no, the real Megatron, the one that hates humans and everything. No, I'm just kidding. But like, put it out there for the world to hear. Like, what would be going on? Like, would you be like producing shows? Would you have your own sitcom, or what would be going on right now? Reality magic wand.
All right. I mean, I've said this and people are like, oh, that's corny. But like, I'll feel like, and maybe it is corny, but I don't know. I do this because I think the world needs to laugh more and stop taking itself so seriously.
Facts.
So if I can, go to bed and know that at any given moment, any day of the week, there's somebody out there laughing at either something that I created or something, or like, something that I created or produced. That would help me sleep sound at night.
No, that's not great at all.
Yeah, so I mean that includes getting on stage or a video of somebody else performing on one of the stages that I've that I've curated. Yeah.
Okay.
So either way, giving more comics more stages, giving audiences more opportunities to laugh, and that trickles down to me where I can, access more stages and have more opportunities to get up on stage and do that. Because I still am a performer. Yeah. People lump me into the producer category, which I don't do a very good job of like fighting that off, because I'm like, no, I gotta go home and I gotta I gotta be on Cleveland scene and I gotta do this and that. But yeah, I want to be able to go to any city and walk into any room and be like, hey, can I get 10? And they're like, fuck yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
It sounds like to me.
That's a goal.
I'm a little slow. My head is flat in the back. And that means that all my reasoning is gone. But it sounds like to me that, it sounds like he wants to have a David Horning comedy club across America. That's just what it sounds like to me. I don't, I'm a little slow at times, but that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, you can put it that way for sure. Yeah, I think, it's a little bit at a time, one show at a time, one set at a time.
Right.
Don't get too far ahead, but also
but you have different
stay
venues
forward
too. So how do you? So do you have like connections with the venues, how do you do you use the same venues multiple times, or you just continuously move it?
Man, the first 3 years. We've worked with 60 plus venues since December of 21.
Wow.
And doing that, you can kind of tell what's going to be a good room at first. There are rooms that are kind of like on the cusp, where it's like, maybe if we move things around a little bit,
right.
Maybe if we put a curtain here, maybe if we put lights this way. And there are some where it's like, I think we can turn this into something good. But through experience, you just kind of learn what works, what doesn't. Don't force anything. If the staff isn't on board, fuck them.
Right.
You don't want to work with somebody that doesn't want you there, or that just looks at you as like a money grab.
Right.
You want somebody that's invested in the experience.
The idea too.
Yeah. So you kind of find that the Mayhall apartment in Lakewood, that's one where we knew right from the jump that this is going to be a good room. If we do it right, and that room is kind of a cheat code. It's
you know what it reminds me of. I don't know if you're familiar with music, but
I've heard of it.
Well no, but it's the series called The Tiny Desk.
Yeah,
your room looks like the Tiny Desk of comedy.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that in there too.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like
it's like a living room.
This week on the Tiny Desk of Comedy, the Secret Society.
Yeah, it's an apartment living room.
And that's the one you use multiple times?
Yeah, so we're, I guess, when does this come out?
It'll be out Tuesday.
Next week.
Oh, Tuesday? Okay, all right. Well, fuck it, because I'm going to make the announcement on social media Friday, but next year, at least the first quarter of next year, we're going to be rotating between the Mayhall's apartment and All Saints Public House in Battery Park for our Saturday late shows. So
you heard it first here at the Midnight Paco Podcast.
11:30 p.m.
The second after he posted.
Yeah, the second after I posted. But they heard it first. So we'll be rotating between those rooms, because those rooms are just they're hot.
Nice.
It's like dope. The audience is there. You're in an apartment living room, so it's like you're in a room with your funniest friends. You wanna it gives the vibe of we're all hanging out.
And that's a great concept, because my thing is this: when it comes to comedy and comedians and things like that. We're all funny to our friends, and that's what makes me, more comfortable on stage. Because I don't know, in my earlier days of doing comedy, I'm out there talking to people.
Yeah,
I did that for me, and they, after I get off stage, they be like, "Why you didn't tell me you was going on stage?" It's like, that wasn't the point. I was doing it for my chi, for my comfortability and things like that. So what he, in my mind, what he's doing is creating an environment for people to feel comfortable to do comedy, to listen to comedy, to receive comedy, and that's some dope stuff right there. And one of the things that I'm doing, with this show here, is trying to bring the audience and comedians together, because it's when I went to the, I think the last time I saw you before this podcast was at the awards.
Okay.
Yep.
Shout out to Megan.
Yeah, shout out to Megan.
And that was a different experience of comedy. It's to me that they were really bringing the worlds together of the comedy scene.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like a lot of people that, you know, you would see here and there, but everybody from all parts of this area was there.
Yeah, it was.
And, you know, that's what, you know, made me realize that, you know, David Horning is out here doing things too. You know, like him and
Yeah.
they out here doing things and entertaining the people in a area. I mean, and you know, I love Cleveland. I was born and raised here, but in this area, even though he's from Akron, but I'm just saying, like you know, in the area, you normally go by the city that has the sports team, the city that has the skyline, the city that has the baseball team. You know, yeah, he's from Akron, but he represents Cleveland.
Yeah, at this point, I'm a Cleveland. I've been there. I've been living there since 17. So.
No, but it's just like, you know, this is the area, the whole area. I'm saying the Cleveland, Akron, Canton, and all of that. This is a tough place because we are all the city of industry that the industry has left. But you still got people and families here, and things are real here. You know, it's real here. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to glorify the crime and things like that, but the crime is heavy, and
it's real for sure.
The unaliving is heavy.
I'll glorify the crime. Bring more windows.
No, the unaliving is real heavy in this area, but you got these individuals that say, hey, we're here in this jungle and we're not animals.
That's what I wake up every morning and say.
We're in this jungle, but we're not animals. We want to entertain people. We want to bring out laughter. And he's one of the people that's doing it.
Yeah.
Gee, man, comedy thrives. It should thrive in uncertainty and adversity.
I mean, he's doing it. And it's like, you know, you gotta admire the brain or the wanting to
for sure
do it in the area that instead of being like, you know what, I'm not coming outside, I'm going to work and coming home. Matter of fact, I'm going to work from home and I'm never going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
It's easy to do.
I'm going to use all the services to bring my food to me, and I'm not going anywhere.
I seen this thing on TikTok. This little kid was like, "What's wrong?" People.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to be
them
done.
Out. You know what I mean? You're trying to get people out instead of staying
that
in.
Human experience.
Yeah, man.
But you know, the rebel in David Horning was displayed tonight, and I'm gonna say it was displayed tonight because the weather's not the best here.
Not the best.
This guy didn't cancel. Like I said, I was looking for all the platforms. I'm like, yeah, this dude about to cancel. He ain't not about to come here.
Man, you get some. How many people cancel?
Not too many.
Yeah,
not too many.
Not too many. But it's like
there's been a handful.
It's not like you got an abusive relationship where it's like I made dinner plans again. I made reservations.
There's been a handful.
It's a handful of people, and
I mean, there's circumstances on some, you know, but you know.
I thought about it.
What it said to me.
Nothing against you either. The weather's not great.
No, there is weathering, but what it said to me is how serious this gentleman takes his craft.
Yep.
And how serious he understands. Like, I mean, I could be wrong, but in my mind, it's like he knows what it takes to book a show, to book a comedian, to book someone, and to either commit or not commit, or if you have somebody to commit like months in advance and you have it in the book, you know that you have this spot wiped clean for this person. Anybody could be doing it, or give enough time to be like, okay, if this person's not here, I'm thankful, very thankful that this platform is not based on guests.
Right.
Because me and Jay can rock a show because this is how we started. But you know, we love our guests.
We love bringing and showcasing people and you know letting them tell their story to the world, man. It's,
you know, this area or just period.
Yeah.
You know, like what I'm saying, like this shows his dedication to the game. Secret Society show. Be familiar with it. Where can they look up this stuff, man?
Yeah. All of our shows are on our website, secretsocietycomedy.com. We'll be adding a bunch more over the next few weeks as we book out the first quarter of next year. Secret Society Comedy on Instagram and Facebook. We don't have a TikTok yet, but if I had more time, man.
Come on, youngster. Come on, youngster.
Hey,
I know.
I hear you.
I know.
No, he's
Listen,
no,
we gotta get these Gen Z. We gotta get these Gen Z out to the show.
I don't hear him because we in our. I mean, I'm 50. He's a youngster. Come on, man. Get on TikTok. What's the other one? Kicking.
I mean, I get it.
Come on.
It's hard.
Donate money.
It sucks to post on all platforms. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
there's different specs. You can't do the same copy on each one. Each one hits different. So it's like you gotta. That's a man. If I had all the money in the world, to go back to your question, I would have a social media person.
Yes.
That way I could get on stage more. That way I could hit the mics. That way I could try out the new shit and free shows. But Secret Society Comedy. We do a show every Saturday at 11:30, late night. That's at the apartment at Mayhall's or at All Saints. Sometimes we pop up in other spots. And then we have our Tuesday show, which is a 1-minute open mic. One More Joke. That is at the Winchester every Tuesday at 9:30, and that was free. So if funds are a thing for you, like we got, we try to make it approachable so that anybody.
So now that I know that exists, I'm going to be coming up there with my 1-minute joke.
1 minute of fire.
Yeah.
1 minute of fire.
And that's a fun show. That's another one where it's like, I wish this show was a thing when I started stand up, because like every mic was 5 minutes. Every mic was 5 minutes. Take your 5-minute bit, see if you can whittle it down to an opening, one joke in the middle, and a close. 1 minute. Like, can you, if you get that light and you're like, man, I went a little bit long. I want to end on my closer, but it's a 3-minute bit. Oh, I've been working on this 1 minute at One More Joke. Let me do that. And let me shorten it down. It's a good writing tool, because then you really learn like what's funny in a bit versus like, I can actually cut that detail that I thought was precious.
But you know what? And I'm going to say this, and because I'm learning of this for the first time. Everybody from the area, you have another Tuesday option. I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, not at all.
I followed David Horney. I've been following David Horney, and I still didn't.
Man, that means I got to promote it better. Shit, dude.
No, I don't. I'm not blaming you, because it's like, it's people that I know personally that calls me like, man, I used to get your video. I don't get it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I barely see like my follower or the people I actually follow.
Yeah, it's like,
like, boobs again, and I don't even know her.
Okay.
Get off my page, David.
Scroll.
Yeah. Look, I be like, when I give people their information.
Listen, I look at one set of titties, and now it's
I found myself, when I give people my phone to put their information in, I'd be like, ignore the.
When you hit search. Ooh.
Yeah, ignore whatever you see. Just put your information.
Now I'm just getting clips of Welcome to Derry right now. A lot of Pennywise on my page. Pennywise.
He's just the it clown.
Pennywise and pennies.
He's just the it clown that we know. We know an it clown.
Yeah, man. I like teeth.
Yeah. That's what they all say. Look, they all my friends now. After I got my gum reduction, nobody was talking to me before I got my gum reduction.
The fuck?
He's all molars, baby. Yeah. So, but no, I recommend, because a lot of comics will be like, hey, how do we get on late night? And it's like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm not in touch with what's going on in the scene outside of the shows that I'm at. So, One More Joke, like, come in, work your minute, because we do 5-minute showcase spots on there. So that's kind of a reward for our audience, because we get a lot of returning audience. So it's like, all right, you've seen this person doing a minute over the last year. Here's them doing 5 minutes now.
Is your version of
5 minutes on the on the Secret Society?
on One More Joke.
One More Joke.
Okay.
That's Winchester.
Yeah.
So
it's at the Winchester.
How long is the sets on the Secret Society?
10 or 15.
10 or 15?
Yeah, 10 or 15.
How long you been doing Secret Society?
We started that. Our first show was at Good Company in December of 2021. And,
2021. We're in 25.
Yeah. Yeah, and every week it's exhausting, but
that's great. Congratulations!
But every Saturday night at like 3 a.m., I'm like, man, I get to do this. Like,
that's dope.
So it's fun.
That's dope. But see, here again, and
nothing but gratitude.
And I'm not putting this. I'm not putting it on blast, but it's just like me and Jane rocked the mic. You can pause. We haven't been out there and did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, I thought, and they invite me on the podcast. I was like, I'm starting to think these guys don't like me, and then they're just gonna be like, wow.
No, it's just like, it's like, I hate to say, like probably on your end too, it's like, well, I never seen these guys out. Like, it's like out of sight, out of mind almost. But
It really
like,
is. It really is. Like I don't know. If I don't see object permanence, it's like it's like if I don't see you, I'm just like, oh well, so and so must have quit.
Right.
I'm busy all the time.
Oh yeah, you're doing your thing.
I don't have time to be like, oh, what is this person that I haven't seen do comedy in more than a year?
Yeah,
That's just me.
I don't know. Just look up.
Yeah.
But he looks people
I call
up.
people.
Yeah.
I reach out.
You're a caller, huh?
He does,
Yeah.
man. He
Yeah,
does.
all right.
He
Yeah,
is.
I know you're
He
going to
is.
be like, man, I fucking text or call Cool
You
C.
use the phone app.
I'm about to call this dude. This dude be like, yeah, Cool C, what do you want?
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
calling
Cool
you
C.
again. Like, yeah.
All right, cool. But yeah. I mean, that's like that's the best way to get on the show is like get in front of us. I mean, we're not there. We're there to have a good time. But if somebody like stands out repeatedly, it's like okay, like I see what you're doing.
Right.
I love watching comics go from not knowing what a joke is to like crushing 5 minutes to all right, here's a spot on Saturday.
Yeah.
One I'm gonna shout her out because she's only been doing it for like a year or so. But over the last year, and she also has a theater background, which is why I think she's got the comfort on stage.
Yep.
But Crystal Joy, she started.
Giant. Shout out to Crystal Joy.
She started coming to One More Joke in like January, February of this past year, and I watched her. She had her first 5-minute showcase spot a couple weeks ago. And this woman in the audience, this like 50-year-old woman, was shit-faced, falling out of her seat, making the show about herself. And Crystal just went up there. It was her first 5-minute, and she just went up there. And instead of like letting the moment, because it's easy. Like I probably would have crumpled in that moment at that point in my 1 year of doing comedy. She riffed on it and roasted her, but was still like very likable and very like warm about it. So that this drunk woman didn't push back.
Right.
She just fell out of her seat.
Shit.
But everybody was laughing, and I was like, oh shit, like that's a skill that some people notice that like.
Yeah, shout out to Crystal Joy.
So things like that, like we notice that, like I don't focus on crushing. Like I care more about how you pop. Like can you bring the audience in? Can you make them feel like they're part of it in a way that like makes them excited to see the next comic or see you next time or whatever.
Right.
Bomb.
Bomb and come back.
Yeah. Like do that. We keep saying the B word.
Yeah, no,
you're gonna get demonetized.
So let me
Fail. Learn how to fail. The best advice. I always say the best advice. I have a lot of those, but like one is like like once you realize you're bad at comedy, that's when you can start getting good at it.
So let me ask you.
You can joke
this.
about yourself.
Oh yeah.
And like me, and like feel good about it.
We got
30 seconds.
No, not really. we really got more, but I just want to ask you some, a question like.
Yeah.
I know that you like writing and redoing things, by hearing about your high school experience. How do you feel about comics that do jokes that maybe not their jokes?
Don't do that. So what are you doing? You have your own brain. You have your own life experiences. Write about that. Why are you taking somebody else's stuff?
Facts.
One time I riffed a joke that I read somewhere. This was at a mic very early on, like within like maybe a year of me doing stand-up, and I riffed it, and like I couldn't sleep that night because I was like, I know I've read that somewhere, and I knew exactly where I read it from, and I was like, I'll never do that again. Like I'm not gonna take it didn't feel good, and it's much more rewarding as a comic and for the audience if you're writing your own stuff.
Yeah.
You can model it off of other things that you've seen, but if you're taking a joke word from word, like a street joke or something like that, like. What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like, you're be a hit at parties.
Yeah.
Make people laugh at parties.
Well, that's
There's
the
a place
problem
for
because
that.
sometimes it kills in the room.
Yeah.
Because people don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're killing in the room. Meanwhile, you go up there with your set,
Yeah.
and it's good,
It's
but
not
it
your
ain't
set.
killing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Then somebody goes up with their shit, and it's like they're not killing like that did, and you're like, but that ain't.
Yeah, man. There was a
know.
a headliner that I was hosting for at the Funny Stop. It was my second hosting weekend there, and he closed on George Carlin's 7 words you can't say on TV.
What?
And I mean, he opened saying that I'm just gonna do Carlin's bit, basically. And I was like, what? Why?
Yeah, but why?
Why are you doing someone else's stuff? Like, let that inspire something that you want to say that's your own original thought.
Yeah.
But like, don't. What are you doing?
Yeah, this ain't remix time. This ain't homage.
There's 1,000 other comics that deserve that stage more than you right now. Because you're using someone else's stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So that's his closing bit?
It was,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know if it probably still is based on,
it has to be,
you know,
yeah.
it's one of those like road dogs that's just like, I haven't written a new joke in years other than them, or whatever. Like, it's like, come on.
Yeah, wow.
You know, and there's other comedians that do it all the time, but you know, it's just like, I don't understand, you know.
One of those, you can't say anything anymore, guys. It's like, yeah, because we've heard that in the 90s. Like, we know that joke already.
Yeah.
Fans of comedy would know.
Yeah, I mean, not even just that joke, but just like, you know, the I identify as, you know, kiss my ass, like that shit. It's like, we've heard that.
Yeah.
That's a setup at this point now. Give us a better payoff.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want and make it original.
Make it original.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about it?
Yeah.
Let me know why you're talking
Yeah.
about it. Don't just say it to say it.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
Yeah, don't steal jokes.
Yeah.
Don't take other people's jokes.
Yeah, that's no.
You might get the audience that night, but you're not going to get anywhere.
Okay, and one more thing, because one of the things that, you know, Justin and I we pride ourselves off is we use all original material. In addition to original material, we never bring up phones and notepads either.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about bringing up phones and notepads on stage on a show?
On like a paid show, if it's part of your gimmick, do it. If you're getting paid, they should. That's a tricky question because I've seen it work on paid shows. I've seen it work. There's a comic, his name's Brad Wenzel. He's out of Michigan. He's a brilliant joke writer, but it's a lot of one-liners, and he's up there for 45 minutes. And if you're doing just one-liners for 45 minutes, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
And so one part of his set, he switches it up a little bit where he reads off of a piece of paper. And it's like part of the set, and it's brilliant because it breaks up the monotony of doing that. Blake Hammond is another one. He's a Cincinnati comic. He'll pull out like 100 note cards and just rip through them, and then he riffs after each one. But it's like it's really well done.
Yeah.
So I think if you're just reading off of it, don't.
Well, man, he's talking more so like what else do I got?
In an open mic, that's fine.
Or like going to their show.
In an open mic, if you're just like, I had a few thoughts that I had, and I want to see what works and what doesn't. Like, yeah, I mean, whatever you got to do to get it on stage and see if it's funny. Like, what are your goals for that night?
I don't know. You can see in our eyes, if you want to go up there with whatever's up here, and just because that's the best way to work on it. Because in a show, you shouldn't be pulling out. You should be engaged. So
you know what? What's our guy's name? That I'm sorry, I forgot your name. He invited us to the antique shop. What's his name? Matt?
No.
Brett?
No. Nah, shit. Andrew
Lucas.
Yeah.
I know for a fact.
Shout out to Andrew.
Shout out to Andrew. I know for a fact there's nothing on his cards.
Oh yeah. Next joke.
Yeah, it's nothing on his cards. He's
next joke.
He acts like he's.
But his name on TikTok is Next Joke.
And he'll read them and then he'll throw them off. And there's nothing on the cards, and that's
a skill. See, like, I get so distracted. Like when I do a conference, I'm up there for an hour, so I have a notebook up there that just has bullet points, so that if I get off track, I'm like, all right, where was I? Like, so I can go back and go back to that. But I'll tell you one thing though, Caroline's. Anthony Jeselnik was working on a new hour, and he had taped to the stool his whole set list.
Wow.
Because his are all like set up punch. So he had 2 columns on this piece of paper. So depends on what your goal is on stage.
You know what? And we had shout out to Rob Allen. He said, he had like different notes you could write on your your hand and look at the mic. And like when you said Anthony Jeselnik, he had his notes on the stool. Mm-hmm. The audience may not know that he's reading off the stool. That's a cheat code
Like when you go say your drink, you just look at it or some shit.
Yeah, you take a sip off your drink and look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as long as the audience don't know that, that's fine. But I just think that it's like, I paid for you to.
Oh yeah, to be like, what's next? What's next?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Scroll through your phone.
Open mic, whatever.
Yeah.
Open mic, that's your stage. You can do whatever you want with that 5 minutes. If you're gonna read word for word, it's probably not gonna work.
Yeah.
And it's not
I mean,
gonna
I've
work
seen
as
it
well.
work.
Yeah.
What to do with the notebook.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I've
Hey,
seen some stuff.
There's no hard rule. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like if somebody figures out how to make it work, then other people are gonna copy it. So.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know, if you can make it work, make it work.
I try
Just
to
make
go-
it be authentic to you.
Yeah,
And
I always just try to go up there with what's in my head and what I have ready, prepared, and try and just be, on stage like
Yeah.
that. But you said people use it, and we know a couple people use it for prop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's funny. But it
Yeah.
can get monotonous at times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But if somebody's scrolling through the phone, that shit's just like, what are we doing?
Well, one of the first shows that I ran in Cleveland, it was a Greenhouse Tavern, a rooftop show, and I had just put a call out on Facebook because I didn't know anybody in the community yet, and I was like, hey, any comics that are interested, just send your info and we'll put you on, basically. And this dude went up there, and his very first joke, he goes, what do I want to talk about? And it's like,
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I
and
mean.
even that is, no.
That's what I mean. It's like
There's an audience here.
Yeah.
Like, hey, your first joke should be your strongest joke. What are you doing?
You've been preparing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it, because, we all talk about what we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I re-looked at my first 5 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have did that joke. You know what I mean? But
It's growth.
yeah, exactly. And then and as long as you know it, by looking. But at the same time, it's like I'm just the message to people out there. Think about what you're gonna write.
Yeah.
Think about what you're gonna talk about. Because, your goal is an hour. Your goal is to put an hour out there for the world to see, right? I mean, isn't that what we're aiming for? Like this.
You got any comedy specials out?
Me, no. The way I look at that is, if every bit that I do in that hour could be an opener or a closer, I'm ready. Yeah. There's still a few question marks in there, but I do an hour on conference stages, and I was able to do an hour at Cedar Point.
Okay.
Well, 30 minutes at Cedar Point, but I did probably an hour-ish worth of material.
Wait.
So.
Wait, we're not gonna just skim past that.
Yeah, right.
Look, this dude's to me, Cedar Point is equivalent to cruise ships.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So you
Could have been.
did an hour at Cedar Point?
I did. So we did hour-long shows, 40-minute long shows. 30-minute headliner, 10-minute opener, 8 to 10-minute opener.
Congratulations,
So
that's dope.
it was 9 shows a weekend, so 3 shows Friday, 3 shows Saturday, 3 shows Sunday.
Nice.
And I headlined one weekend, Brian headlined the other. So we've been, opening the whole time.
Yeah.
Kind of building the familiarity. We built regulars and stuff there. So we thought it was going to be like cruise ship, but we made the goal to make it feel more like an actual comedy club, even though people were just coming in from riding rides and stuff all day,
Right.
not there for necessarily for comedy, probably just in the room for air conditioning.
Yeah.
So I did an hour of material easy that weekend, different jokes, but and so there's still some stuff that needs worked out. But I'm one who I'll endlessly tinker with stuff. Like you'll see me do the same bit over and over again, and you'd be like, "That's the same." Like, I'm sick of hearing that. And it's yeah, you didn't notice that I flipped these 2 words at minute 3? Like,
but not even that.
Where my face was like this when I said it.
You didn't notice that I used my eyebrows during that punchline that time? Like,
okay.
What do you know?
I'm glad you said that, but so what if the comics have heard it, because people in the audience haven't.
Right, exactly.
You're never having the same
Especially like at Cedar Point, you got different people coming through at all times. Were you at the restaurant, the big restaurant?
There's a theater back in Frontier Town. It's like an old west saloon style theater. So it's got like the railings around the top. There's like 200 seats. It was great. It was so fun.
Dude, how'd you get in contact with that?
They hit us up.
Really?
Yeah, they found us. They found us.
Nice.
He reached out to a few other people, but I have the experience doing the corporate stuff, so I got him a proposal, like different pricing options and things like that, and he was like, that was the most professional one that we got, so we went with you.
Look at you.
No, that's
all
99% of the time in front of a computer, it does pay off.
Yeah.
in the long term.
Well, yeah, hey,
It's a lot of years of not getting booked and getting told no.
So
but
all
you
that,
knew what
but-
to do.
Yeah, when I was ready for it.
Yeah.
it's 2025 right now. I want to say right now. In 2030, Midnight Paco is going to be booked at Hornings. Coming to Hornings.
Hornings Comedy Club. That's right, man.
Hornings Comedy Club. We're going to be there. It's going to be great. We're going to have 2 shows, one on Friday and one on Saturday.
We're gonna flip headline. We're gonna flip headline duties. That's
Yes.
what we're gonna do.
At Hornings.
At
Meet us
Hornings.
at Hornings, y'all.
Yeah. Check us out, 2030.
Yeah. I do want to thank you for coming to be a part of the Midnight Paco podcast.
Thanks for inviting me.
Officially a part of the Midnight Paco family. Yeah. What the fuck, Jay?
Hey man, the audio and technical.
Yeah.
What's going
Part of
on?
the Midnight Paco
I don't know
family.
what's going on. I don't know
Yeah.
if all this is recording. I know we're gonna have a podcast. It's gonna be out there. That's recording. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Video, it's everything.
Oh, you made it through the weather, the technical difficulties. I'm so glad you.
It's worth it.
We learned a lot about you.
It's
man.
worth it.
Yeah,
thanks for having me, man.
we learned.
I appreciate it.
This is like, it may be, may not mean a lot to people, but to me, it's like, yes, victory. I had a chance to talk to David Horning, and
Right.
it's something I always wanted to do, and I was able to do it tonight. You know what I'm saying? David Horning, we had the conversation. I was able to pick his brain a little bit, and I feel satisfied.
I mean, think about it. We see each other in passing, and like not all the time. Obviously, it's been years and things like that. Well, since
The
last
Comedy
time was,
Awards.
Comedy Awards, and then before
That's
that.
crazy. I can't believe it. Yeah, I was like, I wonder why these guys don't come to One More Joke. Now I know why. All right, yeah.
No idea.
Tuesdays at 9:30.
Yeah,
Sign-ups at 9.
Yep.
I had
1
no
minute spots.
idea.
It's fun.
Dope.
Yeah,
Dope.
it's a great time. It's we have a good time. It's a good
Hey,
audience.
you're definitely going to see me there. Now that I know about it, and,
Right.
know how to get there. With that being said, where can they find you, Jay?
Everybody, you can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on all platforms.
I am the_great_COREE. That's where you can find me, or you can find us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast.
That's right.
Thank you for tuning in. I would like to thank our very special guest,
Yes.
David Horning. Where can they find you?
D. David Horning, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn, Water Cooler David, and SecretSocietyComedy.com. See where we're at next. We'll be posting new shows for 26 right around the corner. So
Shout out to Brian.
Sternick, yeah.
You be forgetting names
Yeah,
all night.
yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Check you out next week. Peace out.
Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.